Hi everybody. I just wanted to make a quick video for you to explain how I got involved with Beachbody and coaching. This is the first time I've done a video on the computer laptop, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm like looking all over the place. I think I look straight ahead. Okay. So my name is Kim Lima. I am a two-star diamond coach, and I have been a coach since August of 2012. So this coming August will be my 2-year anniversary. I am also a 4-star qualifying coach, which what that means is I have 4 people under me who have achieved the rank of diamond. And in our business, when somebody reaches diamond for their sponsor, that person has to hold that diamond status for 6 weeks, and then they officially get allowed to be told that they are a 4-star. My goal this year is to be a 5-star elite coach in our company. What that is, it's a cream of the crop, I would say, in terms of how you run your business as a coach and how you help your coaches run their business. Because a 5-star would mean you have helped 5 people achieve diamond. There's also a point system involved in terms of, how many clients that you have and how many coaches you've brought into the business. And basically, to bring it down to this, how many people have you helped? No matter what position you were in, how many people did you help? And that elite status certainly means that you, along with your coaches, have helped a lot of people. So I am very, very excited to try to hit that goal for this year. So let me go backwards. I never really had a weight problem. I think the largest I've ever been is a size 8. And I've never really worn my weight outside, meaning I probably have the same eating issues as many people who have a lot of weight to lose, except for I was just using some unhealthy means like bulimia since I was 16 to not show my weight on the outside. I started being bulimic when I was 16. I just kind of, some people are turned off by it. For me, it was like, wow, I could do this and nobody knows, and I could control my weight, and I could eat whatever I want. That's kind of what I used my whole life, unfortunately. So then I was always a gym rat. I had a gym membership since I was 16. I liked going to the gym. I wasn't the type of girl who was afraid to go into the weight room in a gym or anything like that. Group exercise classes. I was just always very active, and there's very few parts of my life that didn't include exercise. So, but I did have a really, really poor self-body image and poor self-concept, and I did speak to myself negatively my whole life, honestly. So I became involved with Beachbody really through the Insanity, and I got Insanity actually without knowing any coaches or anything else like that. I just heard of this guy Shaun T, and he kills people, and I should do it. So I actually bought it off of Amazon. I know sometimes coaches are like, they bought it off of Amazon. That was me, I mean, that's where I bought my online stuff. I didn't know there was a Beachbody or a Team Beachbody or anything like that. So I was doing these Insanity workouts, and I was doing them all wrong. I have so many of my clients and everything tell me like, oh, I did this wrong. And I'm like, yeah, I've been there, done that. I never knew that there was a schedule that you're supposed to follow. I would be the one to do like the 3 hardest videos in a row, and then I would wonder why I couldn't walk after day 3, and then I would stop doing the videos, and then I would get off track. So that's why I really wasn't finding such success with it. I came across my coach, Danielle Hinson. Like most of you maybe have found me or found your coaches through social media. She just seems happy. she's kind of known for her abs. She's known, Shaun T's friend. She's the insanity instructor. She's been in Asylum too. But all of that, I honestly didn't know. She just seemed happy. She seemed happy doing this Beachbody coaching thing. Um, and it was just something infectious about her. So I started tweeting her my pictures of like, oh, I got my workout in, like sweaty workout pic or whatever. I know it's crazy, but that's what I was doing. So she's like, you'd be perfect for this group I'm putting together. And I'm like, group? What? What group? She's like, you just have to join. It's an online group, and we help with accountability and stuff like that. And you know what? She never asked me to buy anything. She never asked me to buy Shakeology. She just told me, hey, join this group. So I told my husband. My husband's like, are you crazy? He's like, you don't know these ladies. He's like, everybody, like you're posting before pictures. What are you doing? He thought it was just like this whole cockamamie thing idea that I have all the time. But I had just really gotten to the point where I was sick and tired. I was sick and tired of being tired, and I was sick and tired of not getting results, and I was sick and tired of being mediocre, to be quite honest. I was like 40, 41 years old, and I really didn't have a lot to show for it. I had two beautiful boys. I was married, but I hadn't been working as a teacher for years. Um, and to be honest with you, stay-at-home mommyhood wasn't my bowl of fun. you know, um, it's funny because I moved into a neighborhood and, like one of my best friends was like one of the few working moms in the neighborhood. So maybe that should have showed me back then, that I wasn't being fulfilled staying home with mom. Trust me, I'm not putting it down. I have people who are like awesome at it, like my other best friend. She's totally put on this earth to be a stay-home mom. She is awesome at it. She loves it. It fulfills her. But for me, it didn't. So I was just really tired. My mom had just gotten diagnosed with cancer, which was really like unsettling because my mom was fairly healthy her whole life. She helped me a lot with my boys when my husband traveled. So to take this woman who was so healthy and then all of a sudden go through chemo and radiation and see her not be able to go places, not be able to do her life, it was just like a wake-up call to me. Like, whatever BS you got going on in your life, whatever you don't like in your life, you need to change because there's a time stamp and you're going to be 41 years old and you have two little boys, and if you don't like it, change it. Change it. Stop complaining. Stop saying like, oh, I can't do this and I can't do that. I remember my best friend telling me, you just got to find your passion, Kim. Just find something that you really love, and you're going to be okay. And so I joined this group and I started to get results. And I remember posting like about Shakeology. I was like, does this stuff give you energy? I was like, because 3 o'clock I was like usually sleeping on the couch and my kids were watching a video. And I had taken them out to play. And I just, it was just like this, like, oh my goodness kind of moment. I was a big coffee drinker. I was a big Diet Coke drinker. I could never stay on clean eating for more than 3 days in a row. Um, and all of those things just slightly started to change, little by little by little. And then all of a sudden I had finished my program, and my coach was like, I really think you should be a coach. And I was like, what? Me? Like all the things that you probably say to your coach or you say to me, like, I'm not coaching material. I could never do this. And she's like, what are you talking about? She goes, you're practically running that group. You're posting things in the group. You help people. You're motivational. And I was like, that's not me. So I kind of like said no to her, like I think 3 times. And then we had a chance encounter that we met each other in Boston Airport, of all places. And she happened to be traveling with Shaun T. So I got to meet him. And I just saw it as a sign. I mean, this guy had changed my life in terms of how I was thinking about myself, how I believed in myself. And I was like, you know what? For me, I felt God put him in my pathway. And that was a sign that this coaching thing was something I should pursue. So that night, I signed my paperwork. I became a coach. And it was like, okay, I'm a coach now. The only thing I really knew about coaching was that I love the products, I love Shakeology, and I love the online groups. So, I was away in Florida the whole summer, so I came back to New Jersey, and people were like, oh my God, what are you doing? You look so different. And it's kind of like when you look in the mirror and you see yourself all the time, you don't see those changes. But when you've been gone for 3 months and then you come home and people haven't seen you, they're like, oh my God, you look completely different. So I just started telling people like what I was doing, and I was like, yeah, I was like, you have P90X at home, come on, join my group, whatever. So I started this group um, that it actually is still together, still going strong with some of the original members. And we just started checking in. And what's funny is that Beachbody provides these challenge group guides for you. So basically, like, kind of makes it easy for you. It tells you exactly what to post on exactly the right day. I never did that. I just, for me, it's always just been a fun place to go and to share and, to motivate people. So I just always ran them. And then I started to get bigger and bigger, and then I started to run a business page, and then I started to get complete strangers who didn't even know me that wanted to share, join my group, and I just really just always shared, honestly. Like I felt like such a big part of my success was that the fact that I finally had allowed myself to fail, and I finally allowed myself to not be perfect, that I felt like that was my job. My job was to tell women, like, hey, guess what? All that stuff they tell you about being perfect, it doesn't really do much for you. Um, so I feel like that's kind of always the way I've been as a coach. I've always been the type of person that tells people that, it's okay that they're not perfect and that they can truly change their body, they can change their mind, and they can truly become the person that they were put on this earth to do. I have women that are training for their first bikini like muscle competition. I have people that have run their first half marathon, their first marathon. I mean, it just goes above and beyond Beachbody. It truly is honestly about taking people and showing them what they can do. One of my favorite movies is The Wizard of Oz, and I never realized why I liked it. I really didn't. I just liked it. And then I realized at the end, the good witch says to Dorothy, she says, you always had the power, my dear. And for me, I feel like that's what I do. I tell people, you always had the power. You really didn't need me. Sorry. You didn't need me all that time to keep telling you that you were great and that you could keep doing it and, give you that motivation because you had it within you. So one of the things I feel like my coaches do is they become coaches because they finally sense that they do have the power. And the power isn't anything like, being perfect. The power is the ability to just get through things and to motivate yourself and push yourself and to do things and to get out of your comfort zone. So they feel compelled to pay it forward. So that is the organization that I built. I have men and women that are a part of my organization as coaches. Honestly, I have people who call themselves discount coaches. Um, Discount coaches to me are people who are just afraid to call themselves coaches, honestly. A coach is just somebody that tells people what they're doing and it tells them, hey, you're doing a great job, and helps them. I mean, I think of it this way. A lot of people are always like, they talk about Shakeology, or they're like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm an icky salesman. In this business, icky salesmen don't work. I mean, I know you probably follow me along with your coach and 100 other coaches, and they're the people that like slap that like, join my challenge group and P90X is on sale. Like, who cares? Who cares? That's selling. What we do, honestly, is we just share. We like the products. We get a lot out of them. Um, I honestly feel like the conversations that I have with people are conversations that I would be having with my girlfriends. I don't know what it is about me, but I'm like the girl, like Christmas time in Target, that people come up to, and they're like, I have to buy a gift for my 4-year-old nephew. What should he? What do you think he likes? And whatever. So Honestly, that's kind of what I do. I just kind of talk to people and I listen and I talk to their, I listen to their problems and I just try to find a solution for them, honestly, because that is the way you become successful in this company. You help people get to what they need. And people are going to come to you for all different reasons. And you just really honestly need to listen to them and you need to be confident that you can help them in achieving what they want. So I kind of like went all over the place. But one thing that you can guarantee, whether you sign with me as a coach or somebody in our organization, you are going to be given the same level of attention. You are going to be given the same level of training. Our training is awesome. We just started it. We're on our second go round. It has made people successful from the get-go. Now, when I say training, I know some of you have full-time jobs, and whenever your job is like, oh, we got some training for you, it's great, you're like, it's not great. It's okay. This training, honestly, is great. And the reason it is great is because it's around you. And it's designed for you to find the things that you're good at. It's designed to have you take a look at what your goals are. And it's designed for you to bond with other people. And that's why we think it's successful. So, I've talked a lot. I hope that this has given you a little background as to why I became a coach and what I do as a coach and that kind of thing. I'm going to be sharing videos with you every day this week from me and from other top coaches and coaches in my organization, so that you just get a feel as to whether you think this is for you or whether you think that this is not for you, or maybe it's something that, you know what, I want to think about, and that's absolutely fine, whichever way you want to go. So have a good day.